welcome to race 9 in the 2003 Winston Cup season. We are here today at Martinsville for the Subway 500. Now, as we go through the rest of the What If the Chase Never Existed series, we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to be just directly simulating each race and only just posting like the bare bone highlights, like probably only the start and the finish and maybe like a big wreck or moment in the race if something happened. But, I mean, we got to get through the 2003 season, and last episode was 1 hour long and only had five races, which is not that bad, like time-wise. It's still 15 minutes per race, which it could be worse because they're 25-minute races. But we need to get through the season, and I don't want to make 1 hour episodes, so we're just going to do quick sims. However, a few races will be exempt from this rule. I will be doing regular style race reviews of, I believe, Daytona, Talladega, the second races for each of those. I'll be doing one of the road courses, Sonoma or Watkins Glen, so I'll decide that at a later date. And then for the last 10 races, I'll be doing Homestead, and I'll let you pick one race out of the final 10. Just put it in the comments, because I'm going to do the final 10 races as a separate episode. So I'll let you pick one race out of the final 10 besides Homestead, and I'll do that race in Homestead. So just please put in the comments what race you want. Just look up the 2003 NASCAR season, because I'm going off of that schedule, and pick one race from the final 10 that's not Homestead. So now I've gotten that out of the way. Let's do a quick overview of the field. So Bobby Labonte's on pole, Mark Martin second, Ricky Rudd third, Dave Blaney, a good qualifying run, lands fourth place, and fifth place Kurt Busch, who won at the last short track Bristol. Looking at the Gorgo homers, Ron Fellows made the race as he replaced Steve Park. Steve Park attempted to drive for the 54 team, replacing an injured Todd Bodine, but he did not qualify. Ken Schrader did not qualify, and Tony Raines did not qualify. The cars that did qualify include Jerry Nadeau, Joe Nemechek, who actually qualified in the top 10, I believe, 9th place. He's at risk of losing his job right now due to poor performance. Christian Fittipaldi qualified in on time. Hermie Sadler making his first start of the year. He qualified on time. Larry Foyt and Derek Cope all qualified in on time, making the race. So now we've gotten that all the way. Let's get this 75-lap event at Martinsville started. Bobby Labonte and Mark Martin leading things off for this 75-lap event at Martinsville. Green flag and a good restart from that 18 team as they get ahead of the 6th Mark Martin. I believe this will be Bobby Labonte's first lead lap of the year if he manages to go around this half-mile circuit and lead the entire time, but Ricky Rudd giving him some close competition. As Kurt Busch slides up to third, that high line clearly is not working. Bobby Labonte leading lap 1 on the 75 lap of Subway 500. Let's roll down the field real quickly. Oh, we got a car around. Casey Mears got turned really quick there. And that's going to bring out the first caution. Lap 7 out of 75. Bill Elliott went one lap down because he had to make an unexpected pit stop. Green flag at Martinsville. As Kurt Busch going for the low side, he's going to try and make a pass for the lead, but the lap down car of Bill Elliott kind of posed a problem. But the 97 still getting around, making that low line work despite the lap down car. But Bobby Labonte still holding on to the lead. It's definitely going to be a tight race. Let's run down the field. As we got a car going down pit road, that's John Andretti in the 43. Unexpected pit stop for that team. Right now, a tight battle for the front. Bobby Labonte just holding on. The day occurs on lap 17 when Ricky Craven gets turned around by Ryan Newman, spun in front of the pack, and he collides with Johnny Benson there. Also during this period, Christian Fittipaldi blows his engine. That's going to end the 44 cars day. Caution 3 occurs on lap 27 as Derek Cope gets turned by Jerry Nadeau. Look at this. Ryan Newman just collides right into him, the points leader, also involving Jeff Burton, Robbie Gordon. Our points leader Ryan Newman as he gets turned into the wall hard by John Andretti. Almost comes up and clips Elliott Sadler, but it actually does get clipped by Greg Biffle there. White flag, 1 lap to go. White flag here at Martinsville. Mark Martin has dominated most of this race. Look at this, Kurt Busch going under Michael Waltrip for second. Kurt Busch, he won at Bristol. Can he somehow find a way to get past Mark Martin? I think it's too late. As we have a battle for second, Mark Martin. He's going to pick up his second one of the year. Mark Martin takes home the checkered flag at Martinsville. I guess it's kind of not really a coincidence then they named it Martinsville. They named it after Mark Martin. Mark Martin gets the win. Kurt Busch second. Michael Waltrip third. Labonte fourth. Welcome everyone to race 10 in the 2003 Winston Cup season. We are here today at California for the AAA 500. Now, just like last race, we're just going to do a quick highlights, nothing big like the first few races or episodes we did. So starting on the pole today, Jimmie Johnson starting second, Sterling Marlin in the 40 Dodge Intrepid. Starting third, Kevin Harvick in the 29 Good Wrench Chevy for Richard Childress. Starting fourth, Tony Stewart in the 20 Home Depot car. Starting fifth, Dale Jr. in the 8 Budweiser Monte Carlo. Starting sixth, Kurt Busch in the 97 Rubbermaid car. Starting seventh, Joe Nemechek, a good qualifying run for him. He's had a really rough start to the year. His job is definitely in danger after making his car go outside the top 35 in points, so he needs a good run here. Starting eighth, Ricky Craven. Starting ninth, Bill Elliott running at the top 10, Dale Jarrett. So obviously the big news coming out of last race is that Casey Mears no longer has a job at Chip Ganassi. He's been released from the 41 car in favor of Steve Park, who was actually just released from the 1 car and replaced by Ron Fellows. Both Steve Park and Ron Fellows have made the race today. A few other cars that qualified for today's race include Larry Foyt in the 14 car, Ty Bodine also making his return in the 54 car, and Ken Schrader qualifying on time, as well as a new car, Kerry Earnhardt in the 83 making his first qualification for the 03 season in the 83 Aaron's car. So a good start, or a good first attempt for that team as they make it in. For the cars that did not make it in, Hideo Fukuyama, this is his first time this season he's attempted a race that he hasn't qualified for, as well as Tony Raines in the 74 car, he failed to qualify, and Derek Cope in the 37 car. Those 3 cars not making the race today. So now that we've gone through the field, let's get this 38-lap event at California started. Today's car headed down pit road. Jimmie Johnson, Sterling Marlin leading them off for today's event at California. Jimmie Johnson, his first pole of the year, and he's hoping to lead a few laps here and get a good finish. Green flag for the AAA 500. The car's already splitting apart. Wow, they broke that double file line pretty quick as they're going 4 wide. Jeez, look at that. Very tight racing to start off this race at California. Well, we see a lap 1 caution. We've seen it a few times this year. As they are going triple file. Jimmie Johnson holding off the field here. He's going to lead lap 1 unless Dale Jr. can get around him. But Jimmy laying down the block on the 8 car. And it looks like Jimmie Johnson's going to lead lap 1. And Dale Jr. close behind in that 8 Budweiser car. He's been hungry for a good finish this year. Has kind of a mediocre start to the season. As now Bill Elliott making it through wide. Bill Elliott, the winner at Talladega, he's going to take the lead. And Bill Elliott, right now your current leader. Jimmie Johnson second. Dale Jr. actually, he's going to go up to second now. So Dale Jr. second, Jimmie Johnson third, Joe Nemechek fourth, and Ricky Craven fifth. Huge caution here on lap 2. Michael Waltrip got into Jimmy Spencer. Spencer gets turned around, and look at this big pileup. Steve Park involved in his first start for Chip Ganassi, Jamie McMurray, and then Todd Bodine goes up. He hits Jamie McMurray. Check this out. Look at Bobby Labonte here. He actually gets flipped over, spun around by Elliott Sadler, and bam, clipped by Ken Schrader, and he goes on his side. So not a good, not exactly what that 18 car wanted. A couple cars out. Todd Bodine, his first race back from injury, already out of the race. Thicker right with Steve Park. His first race with Chip Ganassi, he's already wrecked. Johnny Benson involved. Looks like Kyle Petty got involved there. Mike Skinner. Jeff Burton. Yeah, lots of cars taking out of this race early in California. Back to green flag on lap 7 out of 38. Bill Elliott holding on to the lead, trying to get his second one of the year. Another red car. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in second. Joe Nemechek having his best run of the season in third place from now. He desperately needs a win, or at least the top 10 here to at least get out of the top 35 in points, or get into the top 35 in points, and no longer have to worry about qualifying for races. He's a go-or-go-homer right now. He's qualified for every race, so he doesn't have to worry too much yet about job security, but he has been doing a great job so far in terms of standings. Right now, Bill Elliott, your leader after 8 laps. Look at this, a battle for the lead between McMurray and Kurt Busch. 2 laps left here at California. But which one of these drivers is going to get the win? Lap down car of Johnny Benson. He could pose a problem for one of these two drivers. McMurray has some unfortunate bad memories with lap down drivers, as Tony Raines wrecked him when he was in second place. Will we see a repeat of that? I don't know. As we're coming to the white flag, we got these two cars right by each other. This is going to be a drag race right to the finish. White flag for Kurt Busch. Can he hold off that hard-charging 42 car, or will the rookie take home the second win of his career? Here comes McMurray. He's going to make the low line work. They're going to go side by side. 2x2 down the drag. And Jamie McMurray's going to get under. Can he win this race? Will we see an upset from the 42 car as he gets around Kurt Busch? Coming down the final turn, does Kurt Busch have anything left? Wow. Jamie McMurray, he gets a huge win at California. The 42 car going to victory lane. Jamie McMurray taking home the checkered flag. And he's going to continue a tradition that's been held since 1999 where a rookie wins a race in the season. I mean, technically he's already won a race. He won one as a backup driver. This is his first full-time year. But Jamie McMurray taking home the checkered flag, and that's going to continue the streak of rookies winning in their first full-time season. Kurt Busch second, Jeff Gordon third, Bill Elliott fourth, Sterling Marlin fifth. So a good day for Ganassi. 2 of the cars finishing in the top 5. Dale Jr., a good run for him, finishing 6th. Matt Kenseth 7th, Ricky Craven 8th. I believe Tony Stewart got 9th. And Rusty Wallace running out to top 10. Welcome everyone to race 11 in the 2003 Winston Cup season. We are here today at Richmond for the Pontiac Excitement 400. This is going to be the final Pontiac Excitement because Pontiac is leaving the sport next year and it's going to be replaced by the Chevy Rock and Roll 400. So looking at the field today, Matt Kenseth starting on the pole. Alongside him, Robbie Gordon, a good qualifying run. Starting third, Jerry Nadeau. This is a bit of a surprise because he's actually had a pretty poor season. He's a Gorgo homer. Starting fourth, Sterling Marlin. Running up top 5, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Starting 6th, Kyle Petty, a good qualifying run from him. Starting 7th, Dale Jarrett. Starting 8th, Jeff Gordon. Starting 9th, Bill Elliott. Running at the top 10, Kurt Busch. So looking at the Gorgo homers, as they made it in, Jerry Nadeau, Ron Fellows, Christian Fittipaldi. Hideo Fukuyama did not qualify last race, but he did indeed make it in for tonight's race at Richmond. Joe Nemechek qualifying it on time. Ken Schrader. Casey Mears in the 74 car. I believe this is his first start in that team, replacing Tony Raines. For the drivers that didn't make it in, Hermie Sadler in the 02 car did not qualify, as well as Larry Foyt in the 14 and Derek Cope in the 37. So now we've gotten the field set. Let's get this 40 lap event at Richmond started. Pace car heading on pit road. Matt Kenseth and Robbie Gordon side by side for the start of this 40 lap event at Richmond. Green flag for the Pontiac Excitement 400. And as you can see, that low line seems to be working better than the high line, as Jerry Nadeau now getting around Robbie Gordon, Dale Jr. following suit. So tight racing so far. And Matt Kenseth, actually Robbie Gordon comes down to the low side. He's going to take second place. Matt Kenseth leading the first lap. Let's do a quick run down the field. And that's Robbie Gordon making a pass for the lead. Yeah, Robbie Gordon taking the lead here. He's going to lead this first lap of the year. So Robbie Gordon, your current leader, Dale Jr. close behind for this 40 lap event. Lap 4, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. taking the lead from Robbie Gordon. Matt Kenseth back to second place. and Gordon's in third. Look at this though. Steve Park, Dave Blaney, Jerry Nadeau, all in the top 10. Very good runs for these drivers. Dale Jr. still your leader. Lap 11, we have our first caution of the day. A blown tire for Casey Mears. He is going to end his day. Mears blew a tire and spun out pretty violently. And that's going to bring out the first caution. As Dale Jr. right now your leader for this 40-lap event. We are around 1-4. 2 laps to go here at Richmond. It's lap 39 out of 40. And Dale Jr. has led almost every lap so far, but Kurt Busch close behind, trying to sneak off a victory. It's right there. Elliott Sadler and Joe Nemechek both about to go lap down. And we're coming to the white flag now. Junior's leading, but for how long can Kurt Busch steal the last lap victory? White flag at Richmond. And here comes the lap down car. Elliott Sadler. That could pose a problem. He's going to go to low side. Kurt Busch is going to make a pass here. Kurt Busch making a pass for the lead, but he's got the contend at the lap down car. Elliott Sadler coming to the checkered flag. Kurt Busch is actually going to get around Dale Jr. and get the win. Wow. Kurt Busch getting his second win of the year based off a last lap photo finish. Let's take a look at that one more time. Yeah, just barely edging out Dale Earnhardt Jr. What an upset there, because Dale Jr. had a great car and he was dominating, but he's going to have to settle for second as Kurt Busch deals the win. Welcome everyone to race 12 in the 2003 Winston Cup season. We are here today from Charlotte for the Lowe's 400 at Lowe's Motor Speedway. Jeff Gordon and Ryan Newman leading them off for the start of the Lowe's 400. Green flag here at Charlotte. Charlotte, North Carolina, home to many NASCAR teams. They have their headquarters here. And look at this, we got some tight racing already. As Jeff Gordon making the low side work. And he's established a lead. Look at this, 3 wide between Bill Elliott, Joe Nemechek, and Ricky Craven. It's Bill Elliott sliding up to 4th position. And right now, Jeff Gordon, your leader. But we got a couple cars behind him that are all hungry for the win, especially Dale Earnhardt Jr. after what happened last week, where he came oh so close to winning, but was passed in the last lap by Kurt Busch. Right now, though, Jeff Gordon leading at Charlotte. Caution flag on lap 2. Michael Waltrip and Jack Sprague going for a tumble here. Not a big wreck, but both these drivers are sent to the back of the pack. Right now, Jeff Gordon still leading. Nemechek third, or Junior second, Nemechek third, and Bill Elliott up to 4th. Back to green flag on lap 7. Jack Sprague is indeed 1 lap down, and he's definitely going to slow down that lower line. As right now, Jeff Gordon is still your leader. He's been doing a pretty good job holding the pack at bay. Let's do a quick rundown of the field. Right now, it's been all Jeff Gordon. He's led every lap so far at Charlotte. Caution flag on lap 20 at the halfway point. Jeremy Mayfield got spun around just by himself, a single car spin. As right now, Jeff Gordon your leader. Derek Hope, he's 1 lap down. Ricky Rudd second. Bill Elliott third. 4th place, Dale Jr. in 5th place, Ryan Newman. Jeff Byrne and Tony Stewart getting together. Check this out. The same place where Jack Sprague and Michael Waltrip wrecked. Jerry Nadeau involved. And then cars are spinning and wrecking everywhere. Christian Fittipaldi avoided it, but his teammate, John Andretti, did not. Tony Stewart involved. Derek Cope, and look at Burden flipping over. Let's take one more look. There's racing too tight there. Oh, Derek Cope. Nowhere to go for the 37 car, just rams right into the 99. That's going to bring out the 3rd caution of the day. Or 2nd caution of the day, sorry. Lap 29 now. Bill Elliott, your leader. The first lead change of the day. Gordon 2nd, Nemechek 3rd, Rudd 4th, and McMurray 5th. And Jack Sprague 1 lap down. Green flag once again at Charlotte. Right now, looks like Bill Elliott's got a stable lead over Jeff Gordon. but for how long? Final lap here for Bill Elliott. He's totally pulled away from Jeff Gordon and Dale Jr. And that 9 car looks like he's going to go to victory lane for the second time this year. Let's run down the field really quickly. That's the final lap. And uh-oh, Christian Fittipaldi in the wall, hard. That 44 car got loose and sent right into the wall. That almost brought up the race-ending caution, but I think the race would have ended regardless. As Bill Elliott looking like he's on top. Bill Elliott's going to win his second race of the year, taking the Mopar car to victory lane. So Bill Elliott taking home the checker flag. Jeff Gordon second. Dale Jr. third. Joe Nemechek, his best finish of the year, getting fourth. Fifth place, Ricky Rudd. 6, Jamie McMurray. 7, Ryan Newman. 8, Mark Martin. 9, Jimmy Johnson running out the top 10. Last week's winner, Kurt Busch. Welcome everyone to today's race at Dover, the MBNA 500. We are here today from Dover, Delaware for a 40-lap event at the Monster Mile. And starting on the pole today, Kevin Harvick in the 29 car. He's had an average start to the season so far, and he wants to improve with a couple top 10 finishes. Starting second, Elliott Sadler, and really the same case can be said for him. He's had a top 10 finish, but not much else. So he and Kevin Harvick definitely hungry for a top 5 here. Starting third, Michael Waltrip in the 15 Napa Monte Carlo. Starting fourth, Ricky Craven in the 32 Tide Pontiac. Starting fifth, Terry Labonte in the 5 Monte Carlo. Alongside him, Jerry Nadeau in the 01 U.S. Army Pontiac. Starting seventh, Jerry Nadeau's teammate Johnny Benson in the 10 Valvoline car. Starting eighth, Jeff Gordon, the points leader. Starting ninth, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 10 Budweiser Monte Carlo. And running out the top 10, Ward Burton in a 22 Caterpillar car, his first top 10 start of the year. So going through the field, looking at their go homers, Joe Nemechek qualifying in on time, as well as a few other drivers like Steve Park and Ron Fellows again. Ken Schrader making it in on time. Mike Skinner. Todd Bodine failed to qualify for the last few races. He finally makes it in. Brett Bodine, his brother, makes it in, as well as Casey Mears in the 74 car. As for the drivers that did not make it in, Larry Foyt, Derek Cope did not make it in for today's race. So those 2 drivers will be missing out. So now that we've gone through the field, let's get those engines revved up and get this 40-lap event at Dover underway. And Harvick, Elliott Sadler leading him off for the start of this 30-lap event at Dover. Green flag for the MBNA 400 at the Monster Mile. Now Dover, home to many wrecks throughout its time as a Winston Cup Series race. And I think today will be no exception, as we're probably going to see a few wrecks. Right now, Kevin Harvick's got a good start. Taking the low line is Elliott Sadler hanging on to second place. And right now, it looks like Kevin Harvick, the pole sitter, he's going to lead lap 1. Elliott Sadler in second. Michael Waltrip in third. We already got a caution. Oh, my God. A huge wreck at Dover. Last week's race winner, Bill Elliott, wrecks. Dave Blaney upside down. What happened at this lap 1 caution? So it looks like Kurt Busch and Bobby Labonte got loose. That sent him into Jimmy McMurray. Ryan Newman also involved. Steve Park managed to avoid it. Very good job from him in the 41 car. Jimmy Spencer gets flipped over by Jimmy Johnson. Big wreck. Right off last week's winner, Bill Elliott, and he thought he avoided it there, but then hit hard by Robbie Gordon, then turned around by Jack Sprague, and just carnage everywhere. We're going to go under red flag period for this wreck at Bristol as we try to clean up. Looks like Rusty Wallace had to make an early pit stop there, unscheduled pit stop for a loose wheel. But right now, Kevin Harvick leading after 3 laps. Harvick leading him back to the green flag on lap 6, and Ricky Craven going under for second place. Well, we see another wreck already. I mean, we've seen the lap 1 wreck, and I don't know what will happen here. As you can see, some aggressive racing between teammates Steve Park and Sterling Marlin. Fighting for position, as actually we're going to be clean here. Kevin Harvick still leading at Dover. 11, and we got a battle for the lead. Ricky Craven has caught up to the 29 car. And these 2 drivers duking it out, both trying to get their first win of the year. On board with Ricky Craven, as he is riding the 29 rear bumper, trying to get around, but the 29 has been on the low line the entire time, which is a pretty good strategy. So right now, Kevin Harvick leading after 13 laps. Second caution comes out on lap 18 as Todd Bodine has blown an engine. He's out of the race as his car stalled on track, and they had to throw the yellow flag to make sure he could get towed to the garage area. Right now, Kevin Harvick, still your leader, but Dale Jr. and Ricky Craven have been battling for the lead with him. And actually, did Dale Jr. get the pass? Let's see. Kevin Harvick. So Kevin Harvick right now, he's going to be leading at the caution. Dale Jr. just got around him, but that was after the yellow flag wave, so that's not for position. But yeah, tough day for Todd Bodine, finally qualifying for a race after missing the last few. And then he missed a couple due to injury, so he hasn't been able to participate in even half the races this year. So very tough luck for that 54 team. Right now, Kevin Harvick, your leader at the halfway point. Back to green flag, and it looks like Todd Bodine's car is indeed back working. They got the engine problem fixed, and they're back on the track. So Kevin Harvick leading. As Dale Jr. right now, he's hungry for a win after what happened. And look at this. Todd Bodine has just put the points leader, Jeff Gordon, in the wall. We got another wreck. Jerry Nadeau involved. Steve Park. Oh, no, we got another big wreck. Johnny Benson around. Jeff Green involved. Ron Phillips. Another big wreck to bring out the caution. As John Andretti's around, too. Let's see what happens. Oh, my God, the carnage continues. We got a giant wreck as they all stalled coming to pit road. Let's see what happened. All right, so the first wreck saw Jeff Gordon come around, take out Todd Bodine, and he gets clipped by Jerry Nadeau. And this pack of cars wrecked. And then see what happened here. Greg Biffle got spun around. Then Bobby Labonte comes up. Joe Nemechek gets loose, hits Ward Burton as they come around. We got so many wrecks, there's so much confusion and carnage here. This may take out half the field. Maybe more than that. I don't even know who's left in this race. Maybe the top 10 cars. Let's take another look. They called over the Monster Mile, and it certainly is a monster here as it takes out many cars. Yeah, looks like Joe Nemechek got loose here. Greg Biffle gets turned around and clips the 54, taking him out of the race. Oh my God, it looks like the 25 Joe Nemechek blew a tire, spins around, and then watch this. He tries to come back on the track, but then Tony Stewart gets sent right into him, clobbering him. And then Terry Labonte tries to avoid the wreck and ends up smashing his own teammate, taking him out of the race. So at least 25 cars involved in that wreck. One of the biggest wrecks I've ever seen. And I think we only have like 15 cars left in this race. So Kevin Harvick leading after lap 26. We have 23 cars left in this race, and it's lap 28 out of 40. Kevin Harvick's led every lap. Can he hold on and get the win at this wreckfest? Green flag once again at Dover. And Dale Jr. is so hungry for his first win of the year. Look at Casey Mears. He's a lap down, holding at the field. So just bring out another caution as they're racing really aggressive. Ricky Craven trying to come down low and take the pass. But it looks like Kevin Harvick's still going to hang on to the lead. This will be a very dominant win for that 29 team. A win that they especially need. As here comes Dale Jr. making a pass on the low side. Dale Earnhardt Jr. taking the lead at Dover. That red number 8 Budweiser car to the front as Kevin Harvick falls back to third. Ricky Craven up to second now. Elliott Sadler hanging on. He's done a good job avoiding the wrecks as he's in fourth. As we run down the field, Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading his first laps of this race. He's pulled ahead to a pretty big lead. Coming to the white flag, last lap for Dale Jr., and it looks like he's finally going to get his first win of the year. He just has to hold on for one more lap. That 8 team, they came so close to winning at Richmond, remember, but then the lap down car, Elliott Sadler, got in front of them and allowed Kurt Busch to make a slingshot to take the win off a last lap pass. And it looks like Dale Earnhardt Jr. caught up to the lap down car of Casey Mears, but that shouldn't stop him this time. Second place, Ricky Craven's too far behind. As Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to take the checkered flag. Dale Earnhardt Jr. winning his first race of the 2003 season, taking home the checkers at Dover, sorry. As we got another wreck, look at this. Just absolute insanity as we come to the checkered flag. Second place, Ricky Craven. Third, Mark Martin. Fourth, Elliott Sadler, bouncing back after a rough few weeks. And pole sitter Kevin Harvick gets a nice 5th place finish. What happened on the last lap that sent a few cars to the pit road? Let's see. Looks like Bobby Labonte and Kevin Harvick are battling for position. And that sent Bobby Labonte up into the wall with Matt Kenseth. A big wreck between those two cars, and that cost him a top 10 finish. Looks like Bill Elliott went to the pit road to avoid the wreck. Oh, Greg Biffle He smashed the wall hard. Yeah, some crazy finish. It's a crazy finish here at Dover. Dale Earnhardt Jr. finally getting a win in the 2003 season. He takes home the checkered flag. Welcome everyone to race 14 in the 2003 Winston Cup Series. We are here today from Pocono for the Pocono 500. That's right. This is one of those races where they couldn't find sponsorship for the actual race, so they just named it after the track. Starting on pole today, Ryan Newman in the 12 Autel Mobile 1 Dodge Interpret, the best driver in this field statistically, not to win a race. Starting second, Jimmy Johnson, he's also winless this season. Starting third, Kevin Harvick, another winless driver. He had a really good run at Dover but could not get the win. Starting fourth, Sterling Marlin in the 40 Coors Light Dodge Interpret. Rounding at the top five, Dave Blaney in the Jasper Ford Taurus. Best qualifying run for him this year. Starting sixth, Jimmy McMurray in the 42 Havoline Dodge Interpret. Starting seventh, Jack Sprague in the 0 Net 0 Pontiac. Starting eighth, Kurt Busch in the 97 Rubbermaid Ford Taurus. Starting ninth, Joe Nemechek in the 25 UAW Delphi Monte Carlo. And rounding out the top 10, Ricky Rudd in the 21 Motorcraft car, our Daytona 500 winner. So going through the field, looking at the Gorgo homers, Joe Nemechek qualified in on time, as well as Hideo Fukuyama. He qualified in. A few other drivers made it in for today's race. Steve Park in the 41 car, Larry Foyt in the 14 qualifying in on time, Ken Schrader in the 49, as well as two part-time drivers, Casey Atwood and Jason Keller, and Tavo Dine in the 54 car qualifying for today's race. As for the cars that did not qualify, we had three cars that missed out in today's race. The two big surprises here were Jimmy Spencer in the 7 and Mike Skinner in the 4. Both those cars did not qualify, as well as Casey Mears in the 74 car for Base Motorsports. Derek Cope, this is the first race of the year he did not attempt, as he is moving back to a part-time schedule due to the lack of performance. Now we've got the field out of the way. Let's get this 30-lap event at Pocono started. Ryan Newman and Jimmy Johnson leading them off for the start of this 30-lap event at Pocono. Looks like the 12 and the 48 car are deadlocked as we come down the first turn. But the 48 car has some more momentum as Jimmy Johnson's going to get around Ryan Newman for the lead. Look at that. Johnson tried to come down and block Newman, but Newman had the nose under. Newman's kind of slowed down now to prevent a wreck. As Jimmy Johnson, look at this. He is playing a game of follow the leader. He's the leader, and there are 41 cars right behind him. As look at this, 3 wide for position as Kevin Harvick trying to make the middle line work. He had a really good run at Dover, could not get the win, but did lead the majority of the laps. Coming down backstretch is Jimmy Johnson. Look at this lead. He's opened up over second place Ryan Newman. Very impressive from Jimmy Johnson. And our pole sitter might not be able to lead a lap today. He's got to find a way to get around that 48 car, which has been doing a great job so far. As we come back to the start-finish line, Jimmy Johnson leading here at Pocono. Second place, Ryan Newman. Third, Kevin Harvick. Fourth, Dave Blaney. And rounding out the top 5, Jack Sprague. Lap 5 out of 30, we got our new leader, and it's not who you expect. Look at this. Dave Blaney taking the lead in the 77 Jasper Engineering car. And he's leading for the first time today. A really rough start to the year for that 77 team. They're almost a go home team. Not quite. They have a bit of an advantage over a few teams. But a win here would be very good for Dave Blaney and the Jasper team. As we roll through the field, we are just a quarter of the way done. No cautions yet, but they've been racing pretty risky. And currently Dave Blaney out in front. Jimmy Johnson second, Kevin Harvick third. Lap 13, we've got a battle for the lead. Jeff Burden, he's looking for his first one of the year, and he's going to be passing Dave Blaney for the top spot. Dave Blaney actually had a pretty good run towards the front, and now Jeff Burden for Roush Racing, he's going side by side with Blaney, and he gets around him. It's a roll for the field. Still caution free at Pocono. Check this out. Hideo Fukuyama currently 11th place. He has been doing a great job in that 66 car. I believe they started 17th, and they have moved up to 11th. So if he could crack a top 10, that'd be huge. It'd be the first ever top 10 by a Japanese-born driver in NASCAR, and it would get a lot of attention for him, as right now he's currently battling with Dale Jarrett for that position. But currently your leader right now is Jeff Burden. Lap 15 and pit stops are underway. Green flag pit stops here. Kevin Harvick, the first car down. He was running in the top 5. Right now, Jeff Burden, your leader. I expect to see some more cars headed on pit road soon. They can't last on the same pair of gas and tires forever at this triangle track. Let's see, do the leaders decide to pit? Yep, Jeff Burden's pitting. Here they come. Burden, Blaney. Looks like Jimmy Johnson. Nemechek, actually, he's having a good day running in top 5. Same with McMurray. The rest of the field taking the route. Look at Jack Sprague. I think Jack Sprague is staying out. Jack Sprague not pitting. Rusty Walls as well with him. And Jack Sprague, he's your new leader. Lap 60 now. And yeah, Jack Sprague, Rusty Walls, the last 2 cars not to pit, they're both headed in. Greg Biffle as well, he did not pit. Jeff Burden, your leader right now, and Dave Blaney second. Harvick third, Nemechek fourth. And then the rest of the field, as you can see here. So Jack Sprague does lead the first lap of his career, thanks to staying out here. And looks like your new leader, Jeff Burden, once again reclaiming the top spot here at Pocono. As we got a caution, Ryan Newman in dirt. What happened to him? Let's see. Let's take a look. This was a battle for 5th place. Ryan Newman and Mark Martin battling for 5th. And Mark Martin just took out Ryan Newman. This was really bad for him. He was having a great race, and he was on track to possibly get his first win of the year and his second win total. Ryan Newman will just have to wait, as the first caution flag of the day brought out due to bad timing there between Mark Martin and Ryan Newman. Lap 20, we're about to restart, and it looks like Tony Stewart has a flat tire already. They didn't put the tire on correctly, and Tony Stewart forced to pit. Tough break for that 20 team. But right now, Jeff Burden leading him off to restart this race with just 9 laps left. Dave Blaney second, looking to pull off a huge upset, and Kevin Harvick third. Green flag at the triangle. Harvick going under. He's going to try and make a pass for second place. Actually, nobody goes with him. That's going to allow Joe Nemechek to take third. Burden pulling away. Can he get his first win in a while? I don't think Burden has won. Quite a few races. He's got like a losing streak right now that he wants to end. So yeah, Jack Sprague and Rusty Walls just got a pit lane right when that caution happened. So thankfully they did not have to go a lap down due to the penalty of being in the pits when they were closed. Jack Sprague currently sitting 16th and Rusty Walls 19th. Right now, it's all Jeff Burden. Can he hold on and end that winless streak that has been dogging him for the last year or two? Or will Dave Blaney pull off the upset, or will someone else take home the checkered flag? 2 laps to go. Lap 29 out of 30. And look who's caught up to the leader, Jimmy McMurray. McMurray is trying to get his 3rd win of his career and his 2nd win of the year. And if he gets the victory here, he would definitely lock himself as the Rookie of the Year. But he's got to hold off, or Jeff Burden's got to hold off that hard-charging McMurray. As here comes McMurray to the low side, trying to make a pass for lead. But Burden, he's got too good of a car. Let's see who's going to win this dogfight. Jimmy McMurray, he's had a really dominant rookie year, winning 1 race and finishing in a top 10 multiple times after a rough start where he wrecked Daytona 500, was involved in multiple crashes. Could this be his race? Could he get his 2nd win of the year at Pocono? Or will Jeff Burden hold on and get the victory? As we coming to the white flag, it's now or never for Jimmy McMurray, but can the 99 car hold him off? Let's see here. The white flag waving, as it's going to be a 2-car battle between the 99 and 42 coming through turn 1. McMurray going low, but Burden is blocking. Great work by that 99 team as we come down the backstretch, or one of the back stretches, I should say, as this is the triangle-shaped track. McMurray dragging right behind Burden. Coming through another turn. McMurray's got to make a move here, really. And here he comes. He tried to get under him, but Burton blocked. Coming to the checkered flag. Who's it going to be? Can Jeff Burton just hold on Jimmy McMurray for a couple more seconds? Coming to the checkered flag. Jeff Burton holds off Jimmy McMurray for the win. And the 99 car takes home their first win of the season at Pocono. A great win for Jeff Burton and the Sitco team. Second, Jimmy McMurray. A good run for him. He's really impressed us as a rookie. A great year for him. Definitely not disappointing. Third, Dave Blaney, a great run for that 77 team, as well as Joe Nemechek finishing fourth. Fifth, Kurt Busch, another great performance for that team. Sixth, Kevin Harvick. 7, Jimmy Johnson. 8, Dale Earnhardt Jr. 9, Sterling Marlin. And Ricky Rudd, looks like he just got 10th. 11th, Dale Jarrett. 12th, Jeff Gordon. 13th, Mike Kenseth. Look at Hideo Fukuyama. He just got 14th place. And a start and park car, working his way up the field. Very good job for that Japanese driver. I think that actually is the best finish by a Japanese-born driver in NASCAR. So definitely Hideo Fukuyama, very impressive in that run. As we scroll through the rest of the field, Jeff Burton taking home his first win of the year. And what a big victory that is for the 99 team. Jeff Burton, your winner at Pocono.